GYMDAD Fitness. Today we have Game On by Stim Vibes. This comes from us from highstimpreworkouts.com. This packaging might look a little familiar. If you guys take a look at that label too, it might bring back some nostalgic memories of this little guy right here. Exact same kind of like breakdown chart that they used. Very similar feel.
Daddy, pick that up.
I know. I have Audrey back with me. Audrey, want to come say hi real quick? Someone did not like Audrey being a part of the review last week. They said that I'm a bad influence, and so here she is back again. What do you think about that, Audrey? About someone not liking you being in the review? Is that not very nice, is it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, this is good daddy-daughter time. Yeah, but today we're not going to spell test this one because this is a very strong one, and I don't want you to get. This is one of these ones that's extremely potent.
Dad, can I smell it?
I'll smell it for you. It's kind of peppery, okay?
Okay.
This one's kind of nasty, so there's a few that I will. We'll let you smell the next daily driver, okay?
Okay.
All right, I got to get back to the review now. All right, so Grammage. This is another one. Every single one of these pre's, man, every one but Ashes says 10 grams, but the scooper's been off on some of them. Now I've ran a sample once of this, and the sample came in at 10.5, so today I'm going to run it at 12. But first I want to see what the level scoop comes in at. Scooper comes in at 11.28. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more to get me to that 12.
Dad, you're so strong.
Thanks, babe. You're strong too. So 12.38 is where we ended up at. And let's see if it's as brutal going down the hatch as those other ones we've tried. Yeah, the highstimpreworkouts.com. We had the Ashes, which is like 13-ish on label. And then we also had Temu Venom, which was like 10 on label, and then IR8, which was also 10 on label. And I think both those scoopers were like 6. So this one actually has a pretty accurate scoop size when it comes to the grammage there. So good to note. If you take a full flat level, it's going to put you just slightly over the 10 grams. And like I said, I've ran this once at 10.5, and it was an amazing experience. We'll get into the breakdown bit. So I wanted to just push it just a tad bit more, see how it would be. And actually, like outside of this one and Venom, probably the best tasting ones I've had of all these like arrays between Fat Smash and Firestorm and Oxy Milts and Irates and Temu Venoms. And yeah, this one actually is almost slightly on the pleasant side. It's definitely easily bearable. But yeah, this one right here, let's get one more look. Get you fired up for football season. We got football helmets, Kalash, and Tigers in the middle. So much testosterone, so much aggression in this one. But let's get into the label breakdown and effects of this one. GYMDAD Fitness, time to get into the label breakdown and effects of the Game On pre-workout. Now, the Game On, the label breakdown, we're going to go through this real quick because this is another one of these kind of Smash AMF-esque labels. And to be honest, I'm going to pull it down just for the breakdown just because I'm kind of curious to see the comparisons. But we're just going to fly through this thing. Obviously, one scoop, 10 grams, like we saw in the weigh-in. They started off with vitamin C, D, B3, B6, magnesium. That's the exact same breakdown as Smash AMF. And then it goes to citrulline, citrulline 4 grams, beta-alanine 1.5, creatine HCl, tyrosine, taurine, carnitine, literally exact same breakdown as Smash AMF there too, to the gram. And then it goes to caffeine, green tea, cynephrine, hordenine, grapeseed extract, tenine, black pepper. It's everything. Everything is the exact same label as Smash AMF. This is the first time we've seen this one. We've seen a lot that have mimicked it and like just changed things ever so slightly. Like I know Firestorm actually claimed like 2 amino and 1,3 on it. But this one to the T, every single active ingredient, every single gram, everything. But let's get into the effects of this one. So this is not hit like Smash. This one, whatever focus node they use in Smash is so long-term and long-lasting. This is not that. This is definitely more in the lines of a 1-3 type product. meaning that like for the workout, you're in like this bubble, this like focus like bubble that kicks in. So here's the timeline for this one. You take the drink, within 15 to 20 minutes, you start getting hit by like this buildup of focus. And then you're just really like locked in the zone at about 20 to 30 minutes. Probably a little bit less than like IR8 as far as like the dirtiness of the come in. But it feels a little less like aggressive, a little less spooky on the come in of like than like IR8 and Venom when I was running those things at like 13 grams. It actually came in like it's not clean. It's definitely all these ones are kind of dirty feeling to a sense, but it's definitely of all the ones to compare it to. This is the less like scary of them, and so that's what I'm saying. This is not Smash AMF, even though they cookie cutter the label, exact same thing. So I'm sure it's getting manufactured at the same place, but and then about the 30 to 40 minute mark, you get hit by this really nice bubble. It's definitely got that 1-3 like vibe to it, and it never gets to the point. Even when I push this thing to 12.5 grams today, it was like just good buzzing. Like it was like in the zone, focused, bubble like feel, borderline mix of euphoria slash just overall optimism. I wouldn't call it like a happy buzz pre, but it's definitely not like an angry aggressive pre. It's like a mix. It's a good little hybrid between the angry aggressive and happy buzz. Shout out to Fitness Deals News. He used to always do like song comparisons, and since this is Game On with football logos and stuff, we're going to do the old Purdue football come out song where they come out to the field to compare this thing to Worlds Collide. The old school, I think it was like early 2000s maybe, like hardcore like rock song. Got you fired up. It was like good buzzing, good happy feel, but at the same time like hardcore and a little bit of grungy, and that's what I'm comparing this thing to. This is like you're gonna want to put on like this label matches the vibe for sure. It's got like that pregame fire up music kind of vibe to it, is what I would say. And these ones are all difficult because I know people are gonna want to know like the difference between this one, IR8 and Venom. And I would say the big thing here with Game On is this one felt friendlier. In the sense of like there's times with Venom and IR8, the few runs I was put every single time was completely fine, each won't run. But there's a couple times I was like, oh, damn, I hope this thing kind of dissipates and comes down because I don't know if I want any more. But I feel like both times I ran Game On 10.5 with the sample and then 12 grams today. I never felt that way. It just, even at the 12 grams, it was somewhat similar of an experience, just more of it. And overall, just like amazing freaking product. Another awesome find. Game On, very, very hard to find. I don't know how many places you're going to track this thing down than hypestimpreworkouts.com. Feels like I'm doing a damn ad read for these guys on these pre-workouts every single time. I feel like an infomercial when I say their name because it's so drawn out and long. But another one that's another unique product, kind of fun to have on the shelf. And the reason I like this thing more than Smash AMF is because Smash AMF, it's very restricting because like there's so much energy and it's so long lasting that I almost have to like plan my week around when like using Smash. While like Game On, I'm able to take this thing like at 4 o'clock, and the half life of whatever stim they use dissipates a lot quicker, and so it makes it more like user friendly. You can definitely put this in your workouts a lot more. I think that a lot of people that love the Smash AMF like it because they train early in the morning, and so they have energy like for days, all day freaking long, that carries them over. But I train toward the end of the day, so I don't want something just like stimming me out for 8 straight hours. And Game On seems to be like just like IR8, just like Venom, whatever the heck they're using. It all, to me, it all feels like 1-3. Like this one definitely just feels like a little bit less like dirtiness than the other two, the IR8 and Venom. It just feels a little less spooky. Is what I like to say. I think that people could push this one a little bit more if they wanted to. You could probably get this thing up to 15 to 16 grams. I've heard people say that with IR8 and Venom, but I won't go that far for me. Like 13, I almost hit that point where it's like I want to come down a little bit here. It's a little too much. Absolutely, training sessions. I'd grade my training sessions on pre's an A minus and an A on this thing. A minus at 10. Gave this thing a flat A. Couldn't imagine hitting the weights any harder than I possibly did at 12.5. Absolutely love this product. Game On scoring. Euphoria, 10 out of 10. Red bars, can't beat it. Focus 9 out of 10. Pumps are non-existent. 2 out of 10. Taste is a lot better than the other ones as well. So like we'll give that like a 7 out of 10 on taste. Tunnel Vision and Raw Energy, 9 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s. But definitely the star of the show is optimistic, bubble like, borderlining on euphoric buzz. Like this is another really fun one. To me, this is more. I probably will end up pulling this one more than Irate and Venom. To be honest, I know like it feels like each one I take is better than the last, but I don't think this is better than Irate or Venom. It's just another one that's slightly different. Like this one, I can feel okay pulling this thing on a weekday arm day and be okay. Like something like that. Like those other two, I almost be like, oh shit, am I in the right headspace for these ones? You almost have to like kind of like, check your overall like elements of your life before you run some of those other pre workouts. But this one definitely feels a little smoother, a little less, aggressive with the whatever substance they're putting in here. But in all, it's definitely got the goods. It's definitely another one that's got that bubble like feel, and it's an awesome product. And I freaking love this one. This is one of these ones I was almost like, damn, I don't know if I want to review this one yet. I kind of want to run this thing again. And that's why I know it's really freaking good. So definitely check this one out, highstempreworkouts.com.